I've been trying to give up smoking since I started. I've tried every conceivable method to give up, but it makes me go absolutely nuts. So you come up with an excuse to justify smoking, like it's been a really hard day, or I always smoke after sex, or something like that. What I have to get into my mind is that it's the addiction that I want to get rid of. So no matter how much I might want to smoke, I don't want that addiction. I want to have control.
8 hours after giving up smoking, oxygen levels in the blood return to normal and the chances of a heart attack start to fall. If you want to give up but think it'll be too difficult, call the Radio 1 line on 0800 110 100. It's free and open 24 hours, day and night.
97 to 99 FM, Radio 1.
And that's one from my former colleague Keith Skews. You ought to get yourself into that, Keith, I think. The Bohunk Sextet from Holland. They're the ensemble who, amongst other things, have put together or collected up all of the music that was written for Laurel and Hardy films and put them into a series of LPs on the Basta record label, also out of Holland. But this is on a compilation LP called Sense and Sensitivity, and Manhattan Minuet is the title of it, not surprisingly. Before that, Girlfriendo, they're in session tonight, and that was the Not Sleepy song. And a fax from last night from Alan. If you want to send one, by the way, the number is 06451 10 100. But Alan from the Isle of Wight sent one yesterday, and he said, you know, after that address you just gave out for the CD with 99 tracks on it, what was the name of the band again? Sorry, I'm thick, says Alan. It was Inca Eyeball.
Menthol, screwy, herbal, screwy, why?
And that's another track from the same LP, which is called Quattro Symbols, and it's on Spirit of Awe Records. 1 million fags smoked in a fortnight. And Alan goes on to say that, could I play a record for, I can't remember, what is that? It's Mirror something of Disco Pistol, and every fanzine editor listening. I do a fanzine, he says, called Space Hopper. Issue 1 has Bennett, Disco Pistol, Satsuma, and more, £1, including postage and packaging to me. And Alan, 44, I've got tricked into doing this, haven't I? Alan, 44 Sandown Road, Isle of Wight. There doesn't seem to be enough of an address, but if you say that it is, can't be enough of an address. It has to be a town. Anyway, 44 Sandown Round somewhere in the Isle of Wight, PO 36 9JT for Alan's fanzine, and if you send him £1, he'll send you a copy of it if they can find him. Where are we now? This is from Elements of Noise. Abundance of Noise, spelled with Z's throughout. Well, not throughout, but wherever there should be S's anyway. And the track's called Chill, 12-inch. And up next, it's Dick Dale, but now here's Danny Shaw at 9:30.
97 to 99 FM, Radio 1 Newsbeat.
An 18-year-old homeless man's been convicted of trying to murder a woman by stabbing her in the head. Doctors will assess Robert Buckland's mental state before he's sentenced. His victim, Alison Kennedy, spoke after the case.
I feel a great sense of relief to have a result and a great sense of satisfaction to have been here to see it through myself. I'd like to say thanks to everybody who helped me, and I look forward to getting on with my life.
Bank statements belonging to Deputy Prime Minister John Prescott have been stolen from a recycling bin. Mr. Prescott believes a journalist may have taken them after his bank manager received calls from a reporter asking about his account. A judge in America will rule what jail term Oklahoma bomber Terry Nichols must serve after a jury failed to decide. He's been found guilty of conspiracy and manslaughter in America's worst act of terrorism. And Northern Ireland Secretary Mo Mowlam is going to the Maze jail outside Belfast to talk to loyalist prisoners. She'll try to persuade them to restore their support for the multi-party peace talks. Radio 1 Newsbeat, more in an hour.
Radio 1.
That's on High Tone Records, of course, as in High Tone Women Make Me Walk That Line. From the LP Tribal Thunder from a few years ago, Dick Dale and Nitro. Where is that man? I really want Dick Dale to be here about now, actually, at least within the next couple of days. I'd love to see him play live again. From Girlfriendo, Fab Gear. Right, just checking through the faxes here. There's one that I don't understand, so I'll try and work out what it's all about. And, well, probably several that I don't understand, but the one on top I don't. Why do I mention it in the first place in that case? That was Girlfriendo. They're in session tonight. That's called Fab Gear. And this is the sort of thing that apparently goes on in Austria. One of Wire Magazine's Records of the Year, I think, actually. I'm a little late getting to it, I'm afraid, on normal records. That's Kurd Duca, C-U-R-D-D-U-C-A, 2 words. The LP is called Easy Listening, which by and large it isn't, of course, and it comes from Austria, and Bax was the title of the track that I played you there. And I figured out this fax now, because it's about the record that I played earlier on, over which there seemed to be some uncertainty. That was called I Feel Divine by S.J., and Andy Johnson writes from Staveley, or faxes from Staveley, Chesterfield, to say I Feel Divine is on React Promo 12, React P113. The mix you played was Baby Dog's Hellfire Club mix, and I think I knew that actually, Andy. But what I was saying was the version of it that I played, and I'm sure all of that information is perfectly correct, but was from some kind of DJ-only compilation CD where they put lots of things from different labels together on a CD, so that people like me don't have to do too much work really to listen to them all that tedious taking records off and putting them into a sleeve and putting another one on again and so forth. And something else which I forgot to do, I was very annoyed about this, just before 9 o'clock. I had intended to remind you, because if you were listening to Dave Pearce earlier on today, as I was, when I was driving into town, he was recommending a marvellous documentary on BBC Two television, which was on at 9 o'clock, and suggesting that you should all watch that. And of course, I'm greatly in favour of switching Radio 1 off and watching television instead. It is one of those things which actually does happen an awful lot, and always has done in the whole of the history of Radio 1, and I've never quite understood it, why people say, switch off your radio and watch television instead. And whenever I say anything about it, I always get shouted down, but I wonder how popular I'd be if I reminded you how great Johnny Vaughan and Denise Van Outen are on the Big Breakfast. Very, very funny indeed. This is Been On. Handy band, I'd say. B-Non, they're called, B-E-oblique-N-O-N, and it's on Turnbuckle Records. The LP is called You're Playing with Children in the Land of the Bugs, and that was Skin Pearl. And I have to fall back tonight on reading out faxes from last night to try and give the impression that the programme is popular. And here's one from JG, no information beyond that, who's bought a copy, actually, of a CD of a radio programme that I did very briefly for the United States of America, which I thoroughly enjoyed doing. No money in it, I hasten to add, but I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. It was called Peel Out in the States, which wasn't my idea, as you might imagine. But he's managed to find a copy of the CD, probably worth thousands, I expect. And he asks me, though, about the Swedish Elvis Presley, Eilert Pilarm, which he misspells, but then why not? E-I-L-A-R-T-P-I-L-A-R-M, doing it from memory, I think. And we have tried to find out more about Eilert Pilarm, but without very much success so far, I'm afraid, because it would be great to get him in to do a session. But does he only do Elvis songs? We don't know. And then JG finishes by saying, P.S. Here's to the start of the next football season, only 8 months to go. I rather feel like that myself. I must press the abort button, start all over again. This is our Notorious J and King Size. Well, no sooner had I said that we ought to scrap this football season and start all over again than it perked up a little bit. That was Rooney on Common Culture Records from an EP called Got Up Late. Touts was the title of it. And then before that, excellent record from Our Notorious J, got it on before as well, and King Size on Down Low Records, and that was called Shockwaves. And just before this programme started, somebody brought me a record by the Dummies, a track called Dummy Run, and this is in some way associated with BBC Television's Friday Night Armistice. And I'm not actually going to play it now, but I am going to play you something by Dummy Run instead, which is pretty close, I think. They can catch you out very easily if you're not careful. On Hot Air Records from an LP, Ice Cream Headache from, well, again, sometime last year. I'm not exactly sure when, because it was one of those that had been piled up in a corner of the room, which I got to hear over the Christmas and New Year period. Dummy run, though, and that was called Flake. And in this morning's mail, that's just how fresh this one is, a record and a letter from Ten Benson, and the new single from them, which is called The Claw. But they point out to me, it says, oddly, The Claw was in Ash guitarist Charlotte Hatherley's top 10 of the from 97 in the Christmas issue of The NME, even though we hadn't sent any copies out to anyone, and none of us, sadly, know her, or indeed any pop stars personally. Well, there you go. Life is full of little mysteries like that. This is the record, anyway.
Cars scratching at my door. Cars scaly and black, and no one can escape its grip. Cars scratching at my door. Cars scaly and black, and no one can escape its grip. No one can give floor the slip. Fingers bony and gray. I know I must get away from the claw before he finds me. Yeah, no one can give floor the slip. No one can give floor the slip. Claw, claw. God invented claw before. Mankind trod the earth. Now the claw is the scourge of us. Yeah, no one can give claw the slip. No one can give claw the slip. Claw, claw.
Very strange stuff. Ten Benson, their second single, that's called The Claw, and endorsed, as they pointed out, by Charlotte out of Ash. This is Raggedy Ann.
The boy that's always down. Now he's forgotten how to smile, and he doesn't even want to try. Headed up down the wrong track. Now all his clouds are black, but if you tried, you just might find the check the cobwebs from your mind. But it's too late. You're living in a mystery town. It's too late. It's too late. You got your spine on upside down. Try to do cobwebs from your mind. But it's too late, you're living in a mystery town. It's too late, you got your spine on upside down. It's too late, you're living in a mystery town. It's too late, you got your spine on upside down. It's too late for you.
Gambling. There is no single reason for becoming an addictive gambler. Money is not the main issue. The risk of the game and the chance of winning creates a feeling of euphoria. It's the nervous excitement of taking part. It's the thrill of victory. Gambling can be an escape from the reality of day-to-day life, but the high is short-lived, and maintaining the buzz means playing more and more. If a player is unable to walk away when they lose, they're hooked. The addiction can lead to debt, creating a vicious circle of playing to win. The need to recoup losses will mean they'll spend more than they intended. It is possible to break the habit, but accepting the problem exists is the first step.
19 to 24-year-olds buy more scratch cards than anyone else. If gambling's got you in its grip, call the Radio Online on 0800 110 100. It's free and confidential.
97 to 99 FM, Radio 1, Radio 1.
But no one can stop the righteous ones.
Pressed a little off centre, but I think it adds something to it, frankly. That's Joe Gibbs and the Professionals from the LP African Dub Almighty Chapter 3. With me talking over the top of it in a rather irritating manner. Jubilation Dub is the title of it. Before that, it was Raggedy Ann on Smoking Troll Records, an LP called Smells Like Fish, and that's called Cheer Up, It Already Happened. And Raggedy Ann actually also to be found on a compilation LP from Mansfield called Don't Do It, which features Consumed, Raggedy Ann, obviously, Sick Duck, I guess they pronounce themselves, and Mr. Jolly, and I shall play you some tracks from that at some stage, but not tonight, said he firmly. This is the last tonight from... Hold on, I'm going to do entirely the wrong thing here, I know I am. This is the last tonight from Girlfriendo. First Kiss Feelings versus Everyday Sensations. Phil Frendo in session, the last of them. Tomorrow night's session, by the way, comes from Plaid. That's called First Kiss Feelings versus Everyday Sensations. And a bit of agony going on in here, Mary-Ann, actually, because it's a hot football night. Liverpool have won 2-0 in extra time, which is fine against Newcastle. But the other match, which is Ipswich and Chelsea, is 2-2. They must be must be on to penalties by now, I'd have thought. And 4 of my family are there, and they must be cold and wet and rather alarmed. Not that they have to take any of the penalties themselves, unless they've changed the rules radically since I was a boy. But there you go. That's, in case I seem a little tense, that's the
Well, all
reason.
one can hope, John, is that you're not going to lose any more hair. Because you've shorn most of it off, haven't you?
I did, yes. I was explaining this yesterday, but it was... I tried to do it myself and ended up having to do it with some horse clippers, and I forgot to put the guard on them and took it right down to the scalp. Once I'd done that, I had to do it over the whole of my head. But I think it makes me look pretty butch. What do you think?
I think it makes you look like Bruce Willis, to be honest. But there we go. That's just my humble opinion,
Of course. What have you got in your programme tonight, Mary-Ann Hobbs?
Well, on the football question, very interestingly, we have Yestin Georgian, who is our kind of football spokesperson on this show, in to talk about the great kind of John Motson question, which I'm sure you have opinions about yourself.
Right, yes, yeah.
So that could be quite entertaining, really. We also have a repeat of Monkey Mafia's tour diary, and of course the Breeze Block at midnight.
Looking forward to it all, and all of that starts in about 17 minutes' time. This is Purple Cola.
Your ignorance makes me ill and angry.
I saw 9 objects flying with a speed of somewhere around 1,000 miles per hour. They looked like saucers. Like saucers.
Attention. Attention. Ship's computer to bridge. I must disengage your recreational music.
Purple Cola, and that's on Botch It and Scarpa Records. Another track on the LP, compilation LP, Organic Technology, and Ill and Angry was the title of the track. Here's another one which I'm sure has been played on the radio loads of times, but another one which I'd missed, I'm afraid, but is well worth a play, no question about it. It's from, it's on God Bless Records again. This is Laptop. Excellent record that is too. That's a Laptop on God Bless Records. Laptop being Jesse Hartman out of Sammy, and that's called End Credits, and so is the EP. And the last record I have for you tonight comes from Menace, spelled M-E-N-I-S, that kind of menace, on Coyote Records. Drug Slut. are going to be a lot of glum faces at Peel Acres, or glum faces actually at Peel Acres later on tonight. Ipswich losing out on penalties. But a brave and bold effort, no question about that. Session tomorrow night from Plaid. This record is by Menace. It's called Drug Slut, from an LP, Temporary Insanity. And a message for Simon from the band Anal Beard. Your fax is working. Thanks very much for listening. Here's Mary Ann Hobbs.
Thank you, John. Coming up tonight, there's a visit from my cultural attaché, Iestyn George. We're repeating Monkey Mafia's tour diary. And, of course, the breeze block kicks like a sod at midnight. First, this is Danny Shaw with the news at 10:30.
97 to 99 FM, Radio 1 Newsbeat.
A new report says watching violent videos doesn't make people commit crimes. The study was set up after the murder of toddler James Bolger, but it suggests some troublemakers could be affected by what they see. Film censor James Furman.
What this report has shown is that there is a vulnerable minority of violent young offenders who are susceptible to influence by violent videos, and that although most young people aren't strongly influenced, some could be. The problem is that the some that could be are probably the most violent, potentially dangerous young people in Britain. So we must pay attention to that.
More than 5,000 people across southwest England have lost electricity after a series of lightning strikes. Efforts are going on to reconnect them. Northern Ireland Secretary Mo Mowlam is to hold face-to-face talks with convicted terrorists inside the Maze prison near Belfast. It follows the decision of loyalist inmates there not to back the peace process.
What I am trying to do is do all I can to save the talks process. I'm not desperate, I'm not negotiating, I'm determined.
Medical experts are to assess the mental state of a homeless teenager convicted of trying to murder a woman on a deserted train. Robert Buckland stabbed the woman in her head with a 5-inch knife. There's concern that a doctor in America is planning to clone human beings. Richard Seed from Chicago says he'll be able to begin experiments to produce genetically identical children in 3 months.
God made man in his own image. God intended for man to become one with God. Cloning and the reprogramming of DNA is the first serious step in becoming one with God.
Police chiefs are demanding more powers to tackle drink driving. 9% of motorists given breath tests after accidents over Christmas were over the limit, double the rate for the rest of the year. Both tonight's Coca-Cola Cup quarter-finals went to extra time. Liverpool eventually beat Newcastle 2-0. Ipswich and Chelsea were level at 2-2. Chelsea have just won 4-1 on penalties. Radio 1 Newsbeat. More in an hour.